the nonprofit Grace After Fire. Her name is Karen Myers, and she is running a nonprofit. This is a nonprofit that helps female veterans reacclimate to civilian society, something that we really take for granted and we don't understand a lot about. Karen, thank you for joining us here on the WMT Morning Show. How are you today?
I'm very good, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk with you.
Well, we appreciate you talking about this on Veterans Day, and it's something we need to remember year-round. What can we do as far as helping soldiers transition back into family life? Male, female, it doesn't matter. It can be a very difficult transition, can't it?
It can be a difficult transition because people have to make this transition very rapidly. And they have often been in circumstances where they are facing very difficult challenges, and suddenly they are back in their communities. They are trying to become reacquainted with their families, with their children, with friends that may not have served in the military. They also need to find a job.
Right.
And I think one of the things that people can do is simply recognize what these people have to offer. People who have served in the military are very strong. They're very smart. They're used to dealing with difficult challenges. They're better educated than the population as a whole. They are used to working in teams. They're disciplined. They show up on time.
Yeah.
And so I think one of the things that is important when people are dealing with those who are returning home from service overseas or simply transitioning from military service in the United States is recognizing what they bring. Second, I think it is important, especially for families, to give people time.
Right.
Because everyone has to adjust when they are in changing circumstances, and sometimes there is the expectation that a person who's been away will be able to do that overnight, and it's hard enough to do that when you come home from the office. It's a lot harder when you've been away for a year or more.
Karen Myers is the vice chair of the board for the nonprofit Grace After Fire. That's a nonprofit that helps female veterans reacclimate to civilian life. She joins us here on the WMT Morning Show, 746 at Broadcast Park. And Karen, in addition to getting reacclimated to family life and the workplace, in reality, there's a lot that goes into this whole concept of what the Founding Fathers called the pursuit of happiness, and it's the ability and the desire to achieve one's own dreams. And it can be difficult for somebody who has served in a foreign theater of combat to reacclimate, to get to that point where they start chasing after something they're pursuing for themselves rather than what they're pursuing for the team, right?
I think that is true. Many people enter the military because they want to serve their country, because they are idealistic about what they can accomplish, and they feel they are doing something really important. And so when they return to civilian life, it is important that they find things to do with their lives that allow them to continue to feel that they are making a difference. And it does take time.
Yeah.
And one of the things that Grace After Fire tries to do is make sure that women who are returning from military service understand the resources that are available to them, but also have a network of other women who have served in the military who may be able to help them through that journey. And I think having a network of peers is an important thing for people who've been in the military and are trying to adjust to a community where not everyone is served.
Karen Myers from Grace After Fire, give me that website. That way we can put it up and link to it from our WMT webpage for people to get a hold of you.
Thank you. It's www.graceafterfire, all one word, .org. And there is quite a bit of information about resources available, and also the opportunity to become part of a community of peers that have shared similar experiences.
Karen, thank you so much for your service for our veterans. We appreciate it, and have a good Veterans Day today, all right?
Thank you, and you have a good Veterans Day as well.
Will do. Take care. 7:48 now at Broadcast Park. Check in with Andy.